Hello, Harper, Ansley, and Mom. Reading you guys a book. I know all your books got taken up when Mom sent them to the house thing. So I'm going to read you guys 2 books. I love you guys and I miss you guys. Look, I'm going to drop some. I'm back. It's my pal right here. Okay, The Visitor for Bear is the first book. And these are both your books, by the way, so don't fight, don't argue. You're welcome, Mom. No one ever came to Bear's house. It had always been that way. And Bear was quite sure he didn't like visitors. He even had a sign, "No visitors allowed." One morning, Bear heard a tap, tap, tapping on his front door. When he opened the door, there was a mouse, small and gray and bright-eyed. "No visitors allowed," Bear said, pointing to the sign. "Go away." He closed the door and went back to the business of making his breakfast. He set 1 cup and 1 spoon, and when he opened the cupboard to get 1 bowl, there was the mouse, small and gray and bright-eyed. Scared the bear to death. "I told you to leave," cried the bear. "Perhaps we could just have a spot of tea," said the mouse. "Out," commanded the bear. "Most sorry," said the mouse. "I'll be going now." Bear showed him to the door and shut it firmly. He just picked the mouse up by the tail and slung him out. When he came back to the business of making his breakfast, when he opened the bread drawer for 1 slice of bread, there was the mouse, small and gray and bright-eyed. Bear's not happy. "Unbelievable," rumbled Bear. "Away with you, vamoose. I do like a bit of cheese," said the mouse. Bear pointed a rigid claw toward the door. "Yes, then, here I go," said the mouse. "Farewell." And the mouse whisked out the door. This time Bear shut the door very firmly and locked it tight. He locked the windows too, for good measure. This book doesn't rhyme, does it? Then once again he went back to the business of making his breakfast. But when he opened the fridge to get 1 egg, guess what? There was the mouse, small and gray and bright-eyed, of course. "Be gone," roared the bear. "A crackling fire," ventured the mouse. "This is impossible, intolerable, insufferable," cried Bear, shaking with anger and disbelief. "Terribly sorry," murmured the mouse. "Now you see me, now you don't. I'm gone." And the mouse looked very sorry indeed while he waited for Bear to unbolt the door and let him out again. This time, before he went back to the business of making his breakfast, Bear shut the door very, very, very firmly, locked it, boarded the windows shut, stopped up the chimney, and even plugged the drain in the bathtub. Carefully, Bear set about the business of making his breakfast. He opened the cupboard, no mouse. He opened the bread drawer, nothing. Threw a whistle. He opened the fridge, mouse free, yes indeed. He lifted the lid to the tea kettle. There was the mouse, small and gray, and well, you know the rest. Bear fell to the floor and wept. "I give up," he blubbered. "You win. I am undone." "So sorry," said the mouse, "but perhaps if I could have just a bit of cheese and a cup of tea. And do you think we could unstop the chimney and have a nice fire?" Bear blew his nose with a loud honk. "But then you must go," he sniffed. "No visitors allowed. You have my word," said the mouse. Bear unshuttered and boarded the windows, unlocked the door, unstopped the chimney, and unplugged the drain. He brought out 2 plates of cheese and 2 teacups, and he made a crackling fire in the fireplace for 2 sets of toes, which were the mouse's. The mouse warmed his feet and nibbled and sipped, and Bear did too. They sat for a long time. The clock in Bear's house ticked loudly. But Bear cleared his throat. The mouse looked most attentive. No one had ever been most attentive to Bear. The fire is nice, Bear announced. Lovely, said the mouse. No one had ever said Bear's fires were lovely. I can do a headstand, said Bear. Very impressive, said the mouse. Bear told a joke. The mouse laughed heartily. No one had ever laughed at Bear's joke before. Bear began to think of another joke. The mouse set down his teacup. Bear quickly lifted the teapot. There's plenty more, he said. So sorry, said the mouse. Most kind, but I must be on my way. Really, you don't need to go, said Bear. I am off, said the mouse, springing from his chair. Wait, cried Bear, but the mouse stepped out the door. Toodaloo, said the mouse. Don't go, wailed the bear, throwing his body across the path. But I gave you my word, said the mouse, pointed to the door of his other sign. Up to the hang. Oh, that, cried Bear, pulled down the sign and tore it up. That's for salesmen, not for friends. Not for friends, that's the mouse, small and gray and bright-eyed. Bear nodded. The mouse's bright eyes glowed brighter. Bear smiled. Do you like one lump or two, said Bear most politely. I like two, said the mouse, and Bear agreed. They weren't fighting. It was sugar for their tea. They don't fight like you two do. That's one. Okay, this reflective belt on. See if they can wear this belt whenever we have our PT clothes on. So